So, what were your initial thoughts on the pay-per-view overall before we dice into it bit by bit?
Overall, I was excited. I'm always excited for a Rumble.
Okay.
The Rumble's I see it as the most unpredictable event that they have. You don't know who's returning, who's entering in the matches. Could have returns, could have debuts, you could have anything could possibly happen, which was very evident throughout the show. What did you boys think?
Well, it was. I mean, particularly in the women's Rumble, which was actually the second match, which we'll talk about, obviously. But yeah, there was a couple of interesting, I suppose, people who appeared and people who didn't really last very long in there. Probably not so many in the men's, but always, as you say, the road to WrestleMania is always very exciting, and we all sort of get teed up and amped up for that.
Would you say that this show was so bright that it caused the WrestleMania sign to set ablaze?
Well, apparently, I was reading about that. It was interesting. They said when the pyro went off, was it for Rousey or
Rousey? It was.
Yeah, that because there's a picture on actually Facebook with some guy with a fire extinguisher underneath it. So obviously got a little bit warm, but look, it was interesting. I mean, social media was pretty vicious on the overall pay-per-view. There wasn't a lot of love. I didn't think it was that bad.
I thought it was one of the better ones in recent times, actually.
Some of the stuff I've seen on social media, but I mean, social media is,
Yeah, look, it got crucified on social media, but I riddle me this, right? Name in the last 10 years that a Royal Rumble has actually directed storylines to WrestleMania properly. This has given storylines and direction to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen that for a long time. The last 5 or 6 I've watched, they've just been really just standalone shows, and then they've made up a WrestleMania story afterwards, So I think this is the first time in a long time that they've used the Rumble to direct storylines towards WrestleMania. And there's some exciting stuff in there to look at.
Yeah, there is. And I was reading only as late as today, one of the dirt sheets said right up until about 4 hours before the pay-per-view, they had Riddle going over in the men's.
I don't get that. I don't get it. I don't get why Riddle would be going over.
But because of the whole Brock Lesnar thing, which we'll talk about, it got changed literally at the last minute.
Well, I don't even understand why they wouldn't have ran this. This is the most obvious, or it's not the most obvious, but it's one of the better storylines that they've come up with in a long time.
Yeah. Well, you can see it's good because Heyman screwed over Brock, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
So they're going to get the match they want, which was Lesnar and Reigns. But it's very interesting to see what's going to happen with Bobby Lashley.
Well, I think Saudi Arabia is going to sort a lot of these questions out. I think Saudi Arabia...
A couple of weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's going to sort out a lot of these questions. I think the way they book Saudi Arabia right, Saudi Arabia will be literally the show that will set up WrestleMania.
Wow.
And we are talking about WWE now. So, so we don't... But logically, I mean, the way that they've engaged in this feud between Lesnar, Reigns, Heyman, what they've done, I still think this opportunity for Lashley. I was a bit disappointed in the Lashley-Lesnar match. Not that I thought that a lot more could have been done with it as far as a match and a feud between those two guys.
I'll be interested on your review of that because I'm going to be very naughty but very honest at the same time.
Yeah.
I actually dozed off and missed the whole match.
Oh, okay. No, I thought the match was okay. Look, the match was okay. Just that it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
They put a lot of they put a lot of time and effort into building it up like a UFC kind of promo, and I thought that was brilliant. Finally something good out of WWE, and then they left it half baked.
Yeah,
they really did. But we could always come back around with Lesnar. It depends whatever happens with him and Reigns, but I still think it's,
You reckon out of completely left field, they have a 3-way main event? Winner gets both titles?
oh well, it's not impossible for the way they booked today. I don't know if I would book that like that. I don't
Well, you
know.
probably can't because of the two brands now.
Oh, I don't think that matters.
You don't?
I don't think that matters as far as, undisputed and that. They can work both brands. They did that last time with Jericho
true.
and that.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's a problem. I think that 3-ways can be chaotic,
I'm not a big fan, to be honest.
Oh, 3-ways? No, I'm not a great fan of 3-ways. Oh, look, I think that 3-ways are great for ending a feud between 3 guys, but not something that carries on.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Anthony?
With Lashley, I actually read literally after the show they've got no clue what to do with the WWE title as of that point for Mania.
Well, there's no real logical standout, is there?
I'd look at Big E. Big E is still valuable. I think he's still valuable to fill a spot.
Yeah.
That is his over on SmackDown.
Oh, okay. So,
I'm going to be honest again. I've had me grumpy pills today or something. I'm not a Big E fan.
no, I'm not a Big E fan, but for short term, for someone to run against
But not for
Lashley,
WrestleMania. I mean, this is where.
no, I don't know if I'd put him for WrestleMania. I'd use him to keep Lashley warm. But the problem is they've got nobody in the wings to go.
Really.
That's the problem. They've got nobody. They've McIntyre. They've destroyed.
Yeah.
Pretty much they have. They've destroyed McIntyre. Even that he's the one that Lesnar threw out at the end.
Yeah. But
I mean, that if anyone's going to throw you out, you want Lesnar to throw you out.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, it could be, Lashley and
Kevin Owens.
well, yeah, but he's not even hot right now, neither. But he could do it. Without a doubt. He could do it without a doubt. Yeah,
I think he's actually a very, very underrated worker.
He is. I still like McIntyre. Just looks great. Just a great looking bloke.
He's got a good look for a wrestler, yeah.
Not a great promo guy, but a good look.
Yeah.
I think probably Owens is better on the promos than he is.
Yeah.
So if you want to sell a match, I think Owens would sell a match a bit better for you.
Unless they've got someone in mind completely left field that, surely they wouldn't go Goldberg or anything.
Oh, no. Well, you wouldn't think so, would you? No.
No. But anyway.
Anyway, let's go through the card, fellas, and then we'll go on the news afterwards.